Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Right, so back to Megane's usual Thursday night shenanigans is at foot tonight. And this time, as you can see from your screen, we are at Willow Springs. Now, this is a track that if you are familiar with the game, so I'm trying to get my laptop, familiar with the game sort of even remotely, you will quiver in fear at the sight of this racetrack appearing. We'll take you through a lap in a minute and give you some lore on this place. Trying to work in the smallest possible area. Right, let me get my evening Gerbo, evening JPH. I'm alright, mate. Yeah, I'm alright. I'm good. Thank you for asking. I'm just going to nip away just so I can get the there we go, NxtGen. Now live for the Meganes. Every time I do it, I nearly tag someone called Megane in. Right, Megane Trophy. Live for lobby 1. Bucket space at there ready. Plenty of sand action at this one, isn't there? Alright, so quali is underway. I've got my headphones on. I forgot I wasn't using my gaming headphones early on for work. Right, so 10-minute quali underway. What we'll do at some point, hopefully, is go through the points. Because we have got them. So I can take you through the points and give you a bit of context. As you could probably imagine, Heracom's probably winning. But don't let that distract you from the fact that we've still got quite a good, entertaining race ahead of us tonight from Willow Springs. A track that will no doubt encourage mistakes to be made. It is essentially a desert with a thin layer of tarmac sprawled through it. One wheel wrong means disaster. There is no forgiving in the off-track, whereas drivers in some tracks could probably run off-track a little bit and don't really lose too much time, and they can probably get away with it. Here at Willow Springs, I'm afraid there's just nowhere to hide. If you get it wrong, you are going off-road, and sand's not very grippy, so you will be going on for a while as well. Go Jay, you know, from D Whitehouse. Are you not racing tonight, D Whitehouse? I've not seen your name in the lobby tonight, but at the same point I've not really had a look through it, so a bit last minute jumping on tonight. So qualifying laps are underway. We should be able to give you a good idea of pace. The laps around here just over a minute or so, aren't they? Sorry, can't join. No, fair enough, D Whitehouse. Hope all's well though, right? All is good, so we're going to get some lap times in shortly. I'll try and jump on board with someone and take you for a lap as well. Cool. Let's get that up. Right then. So Willow Springs hosts tonight's race. So rear wheel track located about 80 miles north or south of LA. It is the oldest permanent racetrack in the USA. Construction beginning sort of early 50s. You will of course be familiar with this racetrack if you've watched Ford versus Ferrari and all the other Link series with it as well. There are a total of 7 tracks here. So there is the Horsethief Mile, there is Big Willow, which is what we're racing on today. It's just a bit of a big complex. A lot of American car manufacturers will use this track for testing. So we'll try and take you on a little bit of a lap. Just give me a second. Where are we? So the racetrack we're on tonight, 2.5 miles, 9 corners. As you can see, As you can see there was a car that got that wrong. That was P-Gib, and he's quite familiar with this course. Health reasons, but tune in for good. Fair enough, D-Bars. No problem, mate. No problem at all. Hope you're good. Let me get my cup of tea out of the way. Put that down there. I'll move chat over here, and I'll move that over there so I can actually do my job. Right, so we have got some preliminary qualifying times coming. The pole time at the minute is held by Timmy. Was held by Timmy. It's now held by Hirakram, who sticks in at 12.9. Let me just get the full laps on. So 12.9 current pole time by Hirakram. Then we've got Timmy with a 13.0. He's currently having a bit of an off-track moment. We've got a Hill Climb Racer in P3 at the minute with a 13.3. Ruddo currently holding that 4th spot. 13.3 for him as well, so very close to him, 3rd and 4th. P-Gib 13.4, he's just had that off-track moment, so he'll reset and he'll go again. Rally Matt 6 at the minute, 13.7 for him. Bruce Lee Harding holding 7th with a 14.0. Jaino 14.1 for Jaino, P8 for him, but he is improving that time on this lap. Adam ID 14.4 for Adam, and JPH rounds out your grid so far with 14.5. So a second and a half separates the entire field. It does sound like a lot, sorry, but this is a track where you can easily make mistakes. We'll just jump on board with him for a lap. And you can sort of see the challenges that are presented to you by Willow Springs. So turn 1, so the pit straight, obviously not the longest in the world. Turn 1's a 90-degree left-hander called the Castrol corner. Quite a high-speed left-hander turn. Drivers will be going around here in excess of 100 miles an hour. Then you got to the rabbits here. This is a double apex sweeping right-hand turn. The track dips inwards at the inner apex. You want to get your wheels hooked in there on the inner and outer apexes. Just help you through. Then you got turns 3 and turns 4 called the Amiga. This is the uphill and downhill section. This is where you'll see a lot of mistakes getting made. Drivers will probably run it out wide on the left and might even get a little bit too eager coming out the corner as well. Quick left-handed turn then sets up the fastest section of the track. That turn that you've just seen Hirakram negate is an undisputed important turn. It sets up this entire section then. So we are coming into the sweeper, fastest part of the racetrack. We're going up to about 150 miles an hour through here, and then as you're coming into turn 9, you just want to make sure your inner right hand wheels are on that dip on the apex just to the right hand side for the maximum possible lap time. Hirakram that time doesn't improve on that lap. Timmy hasn't improved on that lap either. Oh, he has improved actually. He goes 12.9 and he's 100th of a second behind Hirakram's time. Hill Climb Racer, he's holding 3rd at the minute, and not a lot has changed in terms of qualifying order. We are just seeing drivers though make improvements through the lap. P-Gib was one such driver. He's about to finish his lap time, 13.4 for him at the minute, 13.4 currently. He just improves by 400ths of a second. It's not enough to leapfrog him past Ruddo. Only 10 drivers in the room tonight, so we definitely haven't got a full lobby. But hopefully we'll be able to get that in future races. So can Timmy dethrone Hirakram then? So the current pole times are 12.9. We're running out of time. We've got about 3 minutes remaining. Enough time at least for 2 very fast laps. Now it's up to Timmy whether he can get Hirakram off his high horse. Hirakram's pretty much dominated this entire championship. Pretty much from start to finish. He struggled on the reverse grid races, but you'd be bound to be brutally honest with you. Not an improvement this time for Hirakram. That's 4 attempts down on his previous best time. Can Timmy improve on that one as well? No, he can't. So both drivers then just using that lap to set up for a bigger and better lap next time around. P-Gib 13.4 for P-Gib last time out. He is improving sector 2. Another one that's improving is Rally Matt, who's just behind P-Gib. He goes faster, but it's not enough to dethrone P-Gib. He went about a tenth quicker that time around. P-Gib this time does improve 13.3. That still sticks him in P5, and it's actually Ruddo that's been shuffled a little bit. Ruddo's gone down to P6. Let me just get my chat up on here. Where's my stream manager gone? It'll be on there somewhere, I'll find it. Right, timing screen. Anyone doing any magic? Nobody is setting lap times that will set your pants on fire right now. Everything's relatively calm. This lap from Heracram is not going to be a world beater. It's not going to be a 12.9 that he's already done, it's a 13.0, so not slow by any means of the imagination, but not as fast as it went before. Timmy though goes purple. That last sector must have been dynamite for Timmy. Let's have a look at it. That last sector for Timmy was a 24.2. Yeah, it was faster than anyone so far. That's where Heracram lost his time. That was a great lap by Timmy there. That's 4 tenths up on anyone else, so Timmy is currently your pole sitter. Stream manager, there we go. I can do it properly now. Anyone else improving? JPH is about to go through. JPH is actually 8th at the minute. 13.7 for JPH. He's pulled over to the side of the track. So he is at bottom. Adam ID, 13.9 for Adam. He hasn't really improved on that earlier time. Jaino has put a better lap time in. He's 13.9 as well. Just 1 second now separates the 10 drivers in this field. It is very close. But your current pole sitter is Timmy. No slipstream. Happy with that? Yeah, I bet you are, JPH. It's a tough track, isn't it? It's a tough track to get it absolutely nailed on. So P8's good, and if you keep it on track, mate, you'll be absolutely fine. Right, so no improvement from Timmy, no improvement from Heracram. We actually aren't really due to see any drivers improve other than Jaino. Jaino was the only one who set a personal best first sector. Middle sector was okay as well, a little bit slower than the top guys, but it should be enough to help him out. Can Jaino lift himself from the bottom of the pack? And I'm afraid no, he lost a lot of time in that first sector. So he's going to be Jaino starting from the back of the grid. Alright, so little recap on your grid. We've got Timmy DJG94 starting on pole position. I think it's the first non-Heracram pole of the season. Heracram is P2. We've got Bruce Lee Harding at 3rd position. Hill Climb Racer is going to be starting 4th. P-Gib in 5th. Ruddo in 6th. Rally Matt in 7th. JPH in 8th. Adam in 9th. And Jaino in 10th. So race is about to start. We've got 20 minutes ahead of us. And I'll talk a little bit more about what to expect in the race during the race. Yeah, no Gibbo for pole, I'm afraid. Oh yeah, Gibbo for pole. Was that during I'm not counting the reverse grids though. That's what I mean. I mean like where all the drivers are fully on it. I'm sure that was a reverse grid when he did it. Not taking anything away from the accomplishment, but I'm just that's my justification, Gibbo. Anyway, the ultimate winner tonight is going to be whoever keeps it on track. It's an easy track to make a mistake on. Boo! Yeah, sorry, but you are still a pole sitter, mate. So that's all that can be said. 10 drivers face the mighty Willow Springs. Everyone seems to get away well. It's a very short run down to the Castrol turn for the first time of asking, so very premeditated overtakes are set up here. Most of the overtakes are actually set up into the Amigas for the first time. It just tends to be single file for this part of the track as Timmy leads us away. It is indeed mostly single file for the drivers. They will now start to look up their adversaries and just see if they can get enough slipstream coming into this braking zone here for the Amigas turns. And it did look like Ruddo was having a look there, but he was too far back. We have got a car off already. That is P-Gib. He's collected Jaino as well. We're going to go back and have a look at that in just a moment. We'll just make sure everyone gets away well. Timmy's still defending to Heracram. Hill Climb Racers trying to get on the board of Bruce Lee Harding, but got a little bit too much rear end. What happened to you, P-Gib? So he was in 5th. He just looked like just a ton of aero wash, and then he was a passenger. There wasn't much he could do about that. He did collect Jaino, which is unfortunate, but there's certainly no what's the word? He didn't do it on purpose, is what I'm trying to say. So Timmy leads us away. He's trying to break the slipstream then to Heracram, who is eager to get past. Heracram's got good race pace. Hill Climb Racer and Bruce Lee Harding going at it toe to toe as we go around the Castrol turn for the second time of asking. Bruce Lee Harding has shuffled him down to back down to P4. This is looking back. You can see the field is starting to spread now. We've got those two stricken cars at the back, the top 8, pretty much all in one picture still. You can just see JPH there. We have had another car that's gone off. It's Adam. Yeah, it's Adam that must have gone off there. Bruce Lee Harding becoming a bit of a cork in the bottle. Hirocram's starting to get away from him a little bit now. As he begins his chase down of Timmy. This is where Hirocram can start to measure up that move coming down into the Castrol turn. He will be getting maximum suck here through the sweeper. You alright, Idle? Yeah, all is well, mate. All is well, buddy. I'm just doing some live comms of these Meganes. So Hirocram might be a little bit too far back. Slipstream on these Meganes isn't that powerful. It's worth a little bit. As you can see, Hirocram's actually just got a better exit there out of the sweeper. It's Hillclimb Racer then makes a move on Bruce Lee Harding in the background. Timmy defends that nicely to Hirocram, but Hirocram's going to try and go around the outside. And Timmy, for the time being, is defending that one nicely. Meanwhile, what happened with Bruce Lee Harding and Hillclimb Racer? It was actually Hillclimb Racer that went off track to make that move, I think, or at least the move caused him to go off track is probably the best way of putting it. The other way does sound like a bit of an accusation. Certainly not how it was meant. As for P-Gib, he is running stone dead last at the minute, but if he can just keep it on track for the remaining 16 minutes, who knows what will happen. We've already seen that this track can bite. And Hirocram is past Timmy now. When did that happen? That had happened going into the Amigas. We missed it because we were watching that replay. So Hirocram then back up to P1. It's a place we're so often used to seeing him, but Timmy and Hillclimb aren't going to let him off with this one. Ruddo is past Bruce Lee Harding now as well, so Ruddo, who's shown some excellent pace in this championship, also into a position where he can start now to challenge for at least a podium position. Bruce Lee Harding will start to give him some jip about that as the people in the balloons wave from their lofty position, and we start lap 4 as we're nearly a quarter of the way into the race now, and Timmy back in the lead. Yeah, he got that move made down the inside of Castrol. I was too busy watching the hot air balloons. I didn't see that Timmy had got that move made. I'm missing it all tonight, aren't I? So Timmy back up to P1, Hirocram chasing him down. We've got Hillclimb in P3, Ruddo in 4th after getting past Bruce Lee Harding last time out, Rally Matt in 6th, and there is a bit of a gap to JPH, who is one position up from his qualifying spot, up in P7. We've got Jaino then in P8. He was right out the back of the grid after getting clattered by P-Gib. He's now in 8th with a 7-second deficit to JPH. He'll look to close that down. He has got Adam ID for company though in P9. P-Gib is right at the back of the grid. Meanwhile, as we come round to start lap number 5, the top 3 are embroiled in their own little battle now. They're beginning to pull away a little bit from Ruddo. Ruddo will be eager to reduce that deficit and just hope. It's good news for Ruddo if these guys fight, you know. Hirocram's not going for the move down the inside. In fact, we'll jump on board with Hillclimb Racer because he's going to be getting a very good view of all this. You can just see how much the limits are being pushed here by these guys. They just have to be careful coming into this sort of complex corners. This is where the aero wash on the Meganes does really start to take effect. See Hillclimb very careful there on the throttle application. Hillclimb just running a little bit on the gravel, or the sand rather. I'm expecting to see a Breaking Bad sort of rendition type trailer in the background and meth being cooked. I don't know, I've been watching Breaking Bad a lot lately. It's been my lockdown, however many it is, sort of thing to go to. Rally Matt then starting to put some pressure on Bruce Lee Harding. Bruce Lee Harding's pace has dropped off quite a bit in this last couple of laps. It's starting to come under pressure now. Let's go back up to the top 3 and just see if anything happens. Hillclimb's dropped back a little bit into Hirocram. Could be in a position to look for a move, but he doesn't. Looking a little bit further back, Bruce Lee Harding and Rally Matt do swap position, so that's Bruce Lee Harding down to P6. He might well try and contest this one. We do see Rally Matt right quite deep there. Not quite sure if Bruce Lee Hardin's going to be able to get enough to get this move made. It would have to be a bit of a lunge, and he chooses not to go for it. Quite patient driving there from Bruce Lee Hardin. He would be eager to get that position back, but he doesn't want to do it at the detriment of smacking someone off the circuit. Timmy's still coming under pressure from Hirocram. Timmy does hold the fastest lap of the race, a 12.8. 12.9 that time around for Hirocram though, as he is beginning to pile on the pressure. Still maintaining that gap to Hill Climb Racer. Hill Climb Racer is keeping that gap to Ruddo. If anything, has grown it a slight amount. To 1.5 seconds now. Bruce Lee Hardin starting to lose rally mat a little bit, just 3.5 tenths of gap between those. And Jano isn't really catching JPH, which is something I would have probably expected to see. But Jano does have an apparent lack of pace around here. P-Gib though, lapping about a second a lap faster than the cars ahead. He will be catching them. He does have enough time left in the race to garner some positions back. It isn't a lost cause for P-Gib yet. He can still do something with this race. I'm just gonna get my tea going. My laptop's just turned off. Sorry if you're chatting, I can't see. One sec. Get it up on my thing instead. There you go. I'll get it on my phone. It's a bit easier. Timmy, the pressure he's facing this race so far. We'll just look back at his spoiler basically in the Joyce design car that is littering the front, littering his rearview mirror. Sorry if you're chatting, I can't see it because my chat seems to be playing up. Let me just quickly try and fix that 1 second. There we go. Oh, down for the count. How you doing? I'm good, mate. I'm good. Cheers for following last week. And to you, Idol. Appreciate it, lads. So, let me know in chat as to whether you think Timmy can keep the pressure from Hirocram. Those that don't know, Hirocram has pretty much dominated the championship. Dominated it last season as well. He's one of those few aliens that you get around these parts, and it's good to see him in the chat though. He does help out as much as he can. He will always try and help out with lap guides and advice and stuff like that as well, so can't dislike Mark. He's a nice lad. He's just ridiculously quick. But Timmy is doing an excellent job so far this race. He just needs to keep doing what he's doing. Like, he doesn't need to change anything in my opinion. His lines are all great. He's not succumbing to the pressure of Hirocram. He's not actually fighting him too much. If Hirocram wants to go for a move, he's almost welcoming it, but he's also not detrimenting his own lap time at the expense of it. So he might defend moves like this, but when he knows a move is lost, as he sets another best lap time of the race, when he knows a move is lost, he doesn't scrap the person to the other side of the track, and that will just bring Hill Climb Racer into the equation and make Timmy's job even harder. He's actually quite sensible about how he's going about this, which I do applaud. Bruce Lee Hardin's picked up a little bit of a penalty there. I'm quite surprised we've not seen anyone else fall off track. Nice little battle here brewing at the back between Jano and Adam ID. P-Gib is still catching these guys, although these guys at the front out there, these guys in 8th and 9th, have started to pick up the pace just a little bit more now. So we are officially past the halfway point. Timmy has led for most of this race. Hirocram has got through on occasion, but Timmy has come right back at him, so they'll be on the edge of their seats in the works offices tonight as their boys looking to bring it home. The Joyce design team we'll just be watching. Their job is done in the pit box. They've done all they can, and they've just got to leave it in the hands of Hirocram now to get the moves made on track. Hirocram again just trying to set himself up for a move. This is where he's looking for the move all the time, down into this corner. He's actually backing out here. So yeah, he's setting himself up during the sweep, but Tim is wise to that, so he's defending that move all the time. The next place that you've really got to be risky, that you've got to look at a move, is the corner coming up. But you have got to be quite close for that to be effective. It's not a big braking zone, you're braking about 60 metres here. So you're not wiping out a load of speed. So So you do practically need to be alongside a car for a move there to be viable. It's not the easiest track to overtake on, but it is a very easy track to make a mistake on, which is why I do applaud these people that are driving around tonight, because I'm not a fan of this track. I don't always get on very well with it, although I have raced here quite a bit, so I'm kind of used to it by now. Let me carry on with my tea. How are you guys in chat anyway? How's your day going? See what he's doing? He's going wide through the sweeper. He's going for that late. He's going for the cutback. And watch the delta time. It was 4 temps. It's 3 temps now. Yeah, Tim is wise to it, man. He knows he knows what Aircroft's doing. But you see, it's just, I mean, he's taking 2 temps out of him down the straight. But I think with Timmy being so wise to it, yeah. I don't know, that might just be Aircom's line, but that's how it looks like he's managing that. So Ruddo then, the evolving stories continue to emerge as Ruddo has been on a resurgence of pace and he is really catching up to the back of hill climb now. That gap was around the 2-second mark. He has reduced that now to just 5 temps. Less now actually, because it looked like hill climb went a little bit deep there. And Ruddo could be aiming for a podium position here. Between the rest of the cars there looks to be a little bit of space, but there are 2 key battles going on track at the moment. I'm sure I saw a car off there. We do see a car off there. Who is that? That actually is Ruddo. Just as I say it, commentator's curse. Ruddo sends himself off the track. We'll go back and have a look at it. I have replayed it. Oh, Timmy runs wide though. That's going to give him dirty tyres. Hirakam's going to have a mighty run now on him. The closest has ever been coming into this corner without actually making a move on him. Timmy's dirty tyres will be effective for a couple of corners yet, so he's just got to be really careful about how he applies his brakes and throttle and steering through here. Again, nice and tidy by Timmy, doing a great job. But Hirakam, like a shark that smelt a drop of blood in the ocean, is just looking for that move all the time. But at the same point, he's not driving without patience, which I do like to see. Right, let's have a look at Ruddo's POV of what happened. So it was coming out of this next corner, I think. Does he just run it too wide here? Oh, he just dips a wheel on. And yeah, it sends him off into the abyss. That sends him from 4th when he was actually battling for a 3rd place. And now he's down into 7th and behind JPH. So JPH, just by pure consistency, has claimed 2 positions this race without having to make a single overtake. We still have 5 minutes of the race remaining, and anyone that's watched these Meganes will know we've had this sort of quiet period in the middle of the race. It always happens. Now's where the business starts, and the people like your Hirocrons will start to look for that P1 position even more, and they'll start to put him under pressure. We'll have maybe Adam go for that move on Jay. You know, he's been eyeing him up all race. P-Gib has been catching those guys. He's now within 2 seconds. So P-Gib can start looking at that as a viable option, but the battle is at the front. It always has been. As Hirocron just tries to make tidier lines than his opponent, he is letting him know that he's always there. But Timmy doing an excellent job so far. He's just got 4 and a bit minutes of this storm to weather. And I would be confident in saying that he's done an excellent job of it so far. Don't want to commentators curse him though. This is far from over. Carry on, Matty. So if you could just take gulping, it's me drinking this tea. I make one at the start of every stream, then I forget to drink it, and then I become horrendously annoyed that I've forgot my tea. These guys still very close, just less than 2 temps going into that corner. There we go, tea finished, right? The stream has my full attention for the remaining 3.5 minutes. Okay, so let's have a look at some stories then, what could happen. So Timmy v Hirocron, couple of laps remaining on this one. Again, anything could happen with that one. I think hill climb's pretty safe. Rally Matt pretty safe. Brucey Harding could get caught by JPH, who just needs to keep himself clean. Jano and Adam ID as well is another battle what's quite well worth watching. Yeah, that's why I'm not saying anything, because I've got a habit of commentators cursing people. Oh, here it comes, going for it around the outside of the sweeper. But again, Timmy just keeps his nerve. Oh yeah, Timmy made a little bit of a mistake on the entrance, immediately defended it. That's going to slow his line up though. Yeah, that was why that happened. And again, they're still battling though as we enter the 15th lap. These guys have been nose to tail the entire time. How many laps we got? 2.5 minutes, probably 2, 3, yeah, two laps maybe after this. So not long left at all. Jano and Adam still fighting a little bit, but Jano's, I think, it's been in that position where they've been close all race, but Adam never really appears to have been attacking Jano, at least from my perspective. Let's jump on board with Hirocom again. This is where he's been setting everything up, so you'll notice Hirocom will go left here a lot earlier than Timmy does. And he's just trying to get his car stabilised before he turns it in, just so he can spot his his apexes a little bit earlier. That does give him a little bit of a run, albeit with slipstream assistance on Timmy. Going to be about as close as ever. But Timmy just with holding the inside line. It is a 90-degree left-hander here, can at least weather the storm a little bit. But Hirocom is now starting to pile that pressure on. This is the penultimate lap now. We'll probably get one more after this, looking at the times they're setting. Timmy though now in full defensive mode. He is adamant he's not letting Hirocom behind. He's like Gandalf, you shall not pass. He's not letting him even have a sniff at the inside line there. The good news is really everyone else is relatively calm. It's just these two guys that are fighting away. Timmy's exit there is a little bit scruffy. That is going to give Hirocom the speed. Hirocom might actually officially be ahead in just a second. They are literally side by side. Timmy's with the inside line though. Hirocom's just going to try and slow him down through this apex. Timmy's still going to be ahead though. Beautiful work there by Timmy. He's defended that. He's going to actually drive out wide. He got such a good exit out of that corner. Now on to the final lap. He can afford not to defend into this corner and give himself a better run. Anyone else going? Let's have a look. As we've got P-Gib in the pits. Sorry P-Gib, I've replay marked that. I might end up going back out and having a look at that. For the time being though, mate, your saviour is these two are battling like you wouldn't believe. They are still fighting. Timmy has only a handful of corners remaining of which to survive. We've only really got the sweeper to go. He's already handled this 70 times. I'm sure another time what managed. He's got a little bit of an advantage here. Coming into the final corner. Hirocom's got one last go at this. He'll go out wide, he'll get the cutback, he'll go for that sharper line, he will hold the slipstream, but I think Timmy's done it. He's done enough as Timmy DJG94 to win here at Willow Springs. Hirocom P2, Hill Climb Race is going to bring home third, Rally Matt in fourth, Bruce Lee Harding in fifth, JPH in sixth, Ruddo in seventh, and Jano in eighth. I just want to have a look at. This might cut off. What happened, P-Gib? So he went off road. Yeah, we cut off. Went off road, went in pits. Mate, yeah, Timmy, what a drive. What a drive. Like, that gap that they had at the end was pretty much the gap between them in the entire race. Hirocom made the odd move, made the odd overtake. Timmy bit straight back. Didn't let Hirocram get comfortable. Great drive. Bono, my tyres are gone. Well, my nerves are gone after that one, I'll be honest with you. It does show how far he's come. No, he's been good. He's quite high in the championship. All that, I forgot, I didn't even go through the points. I'll go through them next week, because we've only got a couple of rounds left anyway, so I'll go through them all next week, and then we'll start looking at like championship permutations and stuff like that, so we'll see what we've got to offer. But yeah, congratulations to me. I know Hirocram will be happy for him as well. Hirocram would have took him if he had the opportunity. There is no letting him win that. That's not how Hirocram drives. But yeah, mega drive from Timmy. Well happy with 6. JPH was just consistency, mate. You just kept it consistent. Yeah, just kept it on track, dude. That's and that's what the two guys that you technically got past didn't do, you know. So no, you credit for that one, dude. It's not easy. Like Willow Springs, it looks easy on stream. There's a lot of cambered corners here. You're kind of used to sort of pushing the limits as a inverted commas racing driver, and you can't really do that too much here. I didn't go well. Yeah, well, it's chalk it off, mate. There's some tracks like I've got some tracks in my races coming up that I just don't get on with. No matter how much practice I put in, I'm just not very good at them. We've all got tracks like that. So no, but it's still points, mate. You know what I mean? You still turned up and you still got points. So I don't suppose it really matters. Right, I best hope I wasn't blocking. I might have one time. I think you were alright. I think you were good to me. I certainly didn't see anything on the stream. Yeah, so I'm going to leave here. I'm going to stop the stream now. In terms of what's coming up, so I should be dropping a video on YouTube. I haven't recorded it yet, but I should hopefully be dropping the video for the Infinity GT Manufacturers Series from Spa. It was a great race. You'll want to watch out for that one. As far as Twitch and live streams go, the next time we'll be live is on Sunday, and that is to cover the Faster BMW M4 League. And yeah, so tune in for that. A lot of seasons are starting to wind down now, which is good because I'm getting ready for a break. starting to drain me, all this commentary and stuff. But Suzuki's top 4 reverse next week. Oh, juicy! What I'll do next week, I'll start the stream a little bit earlier, and we'll go through it. We'll go through points and stuff next week. So I'll be live at about 10 to 8 next week probably. Suzuki Race is a banger. Always a good race, that one. Always a good race. Right, well, thank you all for tuning in. Thanks for engaging in the chat if you have. If you haven't and you've just been here as a passive viewer, still appreciate the view, appreciate you coming to tune in. And yeah, I will see you all next time round. Until then, stay safe, and we'll see you next time.